Set D, 9D. This is on page 149. The table at the top of the next page is adapted from Dole and shows per capita consumption of cigarettes in various countries in 1930 and the death rates from lung cancer for men in 1950. In 1930, hardly any women smoked, and a long period of time is needed for the effects of smoking to show up. Okay, so A, plot the scatter diagram. I would use a calculator. Put in your X's and your Y's, and then you need to change your window, and then turn your plot 1 on. Okay? True or false? The higher cigarette consumption was in 1930 in one of these countries. On the whole, the higher the death rate from lung cancer in 1950, or can this be determined from the data? Okay, so true or false? The higher cigarette consumption was in 1930 in one of these countries. On the whole, the higher the death rate from lung cancer in 1950. So if they had a lot of cigarette smoking in 1930, then there was a higher death rate in cancer rate in 1950. Right. Yes. So if countries that had a lot of smoking in 1930 had high lung cancer 20 years later. True. That would be true. And 2, a sociologist is studying the relationship between suicide and literacy in 19th century Italy. Oh, sorry, C. True or false? Death rates from lung cancer tend to be higher among those persons who smoke more, or can this be determined from the data? Well, it says tend. They tend to be higher. So did it look like they were higher? Right. So we had, does it look like smoking is associated with higher rates of cancer? Yes, there is an association. It's causation that we can't say. But the data does seem to support the idea of association or correlation. Okay. So 2. This guy in Italy, he had data for each province showing the percentage of literates and the suicide rate in the province. The correlation is 0.6. Does this give a fair estimate of the strength of association between literacy and suicide? Is 0.6 a good correlation? There is a correlation, but we would say I would say semi-weak. 0.5 would be worse. I mean, we're going to have kind of a fat football. Now, that certainly doesn't say causation, right? Not knowing how to read probably does not cause suicides. But among people who commit suicide, there's probably a lower literacy rate. Okay.